away from the start of a hydrogen war. At 12:01 North Europe time, a blazing unidentified missile-like object appears on a foreign sky search TV screen. Origin unknown. Countdown on their Hunter-type rocket. This rocket is designed to track, find, destroy. The terrible object has been diverted into an orbit by the explosion. It streaks across the northern curve of the Earth at an altitude of only 5 miles. A wild missile loose on the surface of the Earth, burning a tract 5 miles wide below it. It is morning in New York, a busy spring morning. In suburban New York is the great Havenbrook Atomic Laboratory. Top military research is conducted here. A 5 billion volt atom smasher is the heart of Havenbrook. This is Jove, a solid fuel rocket built to carry a hydrogen warhead, mightiest weapon in the world. Jove is not yet completed. Final detail on the warhead is still to be done. The man responsible for the warhead, David Loring. His assistant, Joan Wood. This is their wedding day.
Oh, honey, Jove is almost finished. Wouldn't you rather wait?
I'd rather have a wedding than lunch any day.
A lunch hour isn't very romantic.
David, every time we set a date, a new project comes along. First there were the nuclear vectors. Then we had to perfect the new metal for the third stage of Jove. Now a hydrogen warhead.
You know how important it is?
Yes, I know. But so are we. Oh, David. Couldn't we stop thinking about all this for just a little bit?
Beats me how a girl so used to facts in her work can't get used to them in her private life. Look at us. We fall in love over coffee at midnight. We work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
David, I meant it when I said we get married today or not at all.
Well, good thing we got machines to do some work around here. You got the figures in the warhead ready yet, Dave?
They sure are.
Look, kids, I hate to do this, but I can't get away now.
Oh,
How can we get married without a best man? We'll be back in an hour.
we're serving sandwiches on the way back.
The big brass from the Pentagon are in with the boss right now. Where are the figures, Dave?
Well, here they are. You'll have to explain them yourself. Joan hasn't had a chance to make up a report yet. They're just out of the computer, and we're getting out of here right now.
Good luck, kids.
Thanks, Joe. Oh, by the way, the third stage of Jove was completed this morning.
I don't like the way Joe looks. Doesn't he ever sleep?
He's working too hard. Maybe when his child is born, he'll take a vacation. Come, let's hurry.
Command to fire missiles is halted. Computer's top urgency report indicates object not from any American base, but its origin is still unknown. The wild missile boils across the Bering Sea toward the North American continent. Continental Air Defense Command, called CONAD. This is the center of the security and defense of the United States against attack from air or space. The eyes of American continental defense are radar eyes. They search for 1,000 miles or more from Texas towers anchored far out in the Atlantic, from radar planes on Pacific patrol, from picket ships on continuous duty. The farthest outposts of CONAD's watching eyes are the North Canada radar stations called Dew Line, distant early warning line.
It's cold as ever outside. How's it going?
Oh, it's quiet.
Hey, what the heck is this?
Canadian Airlines Flight 576, isn't it?
That's Flight 576. He's 90 degrees off course. I better call the patrol plane and check.
Spyglass 7 to keyhole advance. Come in.
You've got a UFO at 90 degrees west on your course. Investigate. This is no Scandinavian Airlines flight.
What do you mean? This thing's traveling at 4,000 miles an hour.
4,000. Call Spyglass 7, have him get on his television camera. Keyhole advance to Spyglass 7. Transmit UFO on your television camera. Over.
This is Spyglass 7. Transmitter ready.
Get the still camera. Connav wants some pictures of this.
I'm online with a TV camera. The sky's getting bright.
He has it on interception course. Get that picture. Now! Come in, Spyglass 7. Come in. Wire that picture to Conrad and hurry.
Yes, sir.
The red ball to Conrad.
UFO 400 miles from Dew Line. Keyhole advance. Latitude 64 degrees, 22 minutes. Longitude 148 degrees and 15 minutes. Altitude less than 5 miles. Speed over 4,000 miles per hour.
Repeat, over 4,000 miles per hour. Picture will be transmitted to you immediately.
That's only 6 minutes from here.
We can have it sized down for you in less than 2 hours.
David, do you like it?
Very nice.
There's one other here that I like.
Honey, for Pete's sake, just get one that fits. It isn't very important.
It isn't very important.
Sweetheart. I didn't mean that way it sounded.
David, I just don't seem to understand you. What's so important at the lab that we can't take a few extra minutes and go to another store and find a ring that fits? There's really nothing as important to you as your work, is there?
Believe me, you are as important to me as my work.
David, you win. We're not getting married today.
All right, if you say so, but we've also got to get back to work.
Don't you even care?
Of course I care. And you're also a scientist.
Yes, then I'm a woman.
Well, you're misinterpreting everything I say.
Well, am I? We decide to miss lunch and get married, fine. But all you can think about is a hydrogen warhead. Well, I'm sick of it. I guess I was expecting you to insist. To drag me off to the church, not back to the lab. Well, marry your hydrogen warhead. But I'm quitting my job, David. You'll have to find somebody else for both marriages.
I'll take the ring.
She seemed a little upset.
Yeah, she sure was.
At CONAD, reports from Dew Line take precedence over all else.
So there's a confirmed report of a UFO with the characteristics of a missile.
Check the Canadian defense officer.
Give me the Canadian defense officer.
We have confirmed report of the UFO characteristics of the guided missile.
Royal Canadian Air Force jets are ordered into the sky to intercept. Fighters have not intercepted rockets since the defense of London in World War II. The missile is only 5 miles up, but these flyers do not know of its million-degree heat.
Got any more figures?
Yes, sir. Speed 4078 miles per hour. Altitude 24,200. Vector unchanged. What is on its way, sir?
The UFO is definitely a missile. Photo's on its way. That's about all. I hope you can stop it. I figure we've got about 2 minutes left.
Put me through to keyhole advance.
Vector unchanged. Speed remains static, 4078 miles per hour.
Keyhole advance doesn't respond, sir.
Thank God there was a keyhole advance.
Predicted course over Great Slave Lake, west shore of Hudson Bay, past to Ottawa. Latitude 38 degrees, longitude 75 degrees. Directly over metropolitan New York.
CONAT to the Pentagon. The Joint Chiefs of Staff are called to an emergency meeting. The first responsibility of these men is 175 million American lives. They have a second responsibility to advise the President in the event of war.
Pentagon puts all American forces on yellow alert and get ready for red alert.
Dave? Dave?
Hello, Joe.
Hotline just opened to the Pentagon. Red hot, situation yellow.
Anybody know why?
Why? Whoever knows why or what. Your section is to keep an open line to the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Now, there are about 10 sections at the lab on that open line. What's wrong?
Joan?
Oh, I forgot. Congratulations. Where is the bride?
She decided I was in love with a hydrogen warhead, not a woman. No wedding, no lunch.
Well, doesn't she understand? Doesn't she know we're in a boat headed for Niagara Falls and you're trying to stop us?
She knows. But she doesn't want to believe. Who does?
Joe, what happened?
The honeymoon express got derailed, Joe.
I heard.
Practice drill again?
Maybe not.
That's the alert to drown the atomic pile. Must be practice drill.
I've got to get to my station. Joe, let me say something about David. It's the job. It gets all of us. We have no other life. Maybe we want no other life. I don't know. Oh, look at me. My wife is having a baby. It's due today. I should be at her side. I think they can't do without me here for a day. Well, can't they? It's crazy. I don't know anymore whether I should be with my wife or my job.
Go home, Joe. Ella needs you.
Listen to that bell. And I don't think it's practice.
Joe's never seen this bed jacket. I wouldn't wear it until afterward. Where is Joe? He should be here by now. Oh, don't worry about Joe, Mama. He's always on time. He'll be here. Drive me to the hospital and...
Oh, darling. Stand here.
5 minutes apart. Just hope he isn't held up in traffic.
I'll call Havenbrook and see what time he left.
I'm afraid there aren't many minutes left.
David. Is it war?
I don't know. We're alerted to dry on the atomic pile on 2 minutes' notice, and I've got to disassemble the Jove warhead. There are 2 things at Havenbrook that could wipe out 10 square miles of New York. The atomic pile and the warhead for this missile. It's a safety precaution.
Safety precaution? Against what?
Against being hit by something. I'm going to the warhead room. Please stay by the phone.
David. I'm sorry I behaved the way I did.
I know how much time there is, and I can't even phone her.
But, Joe, you've got to get to her.
She's waiting for me to bring the car to take her to the hospital. She doesn't trust anyone else to take her. And the place is frozen. Who would have thought a thing like this could happen on a day like this? Nothing comes in or goes out of Havenbrook. And no phone calls.
Let me try. This is priority call, Joan Woods, X27 section. David Lauren's assistant.
I tried that. The generals called me Mr. Freed, but I couldn't get through.
Dr. Freed's wife is due to have her baby today. She's waiting for her husband. Anne, look, I know it's a violation, but, well, Dr. Freed's wife is due to have her baby today.
I explained that. It didn't do any good.
Joe? Good girl. Okay.
Ella? Oh, Ella?
Oh, darling, please hurry.
Tell your mother... Ella! Ella, can you hear me?
Joe? Joe!
I was talking to... Hello? Yeah, this is Joe Freed. Yes, sir.
Mother, we were cut off.
I thought you'd be with Ella.
Building's frozen. I got a rush call to get over here. What is it?
I don't know. I was called from the hot lab. Something big.
Gentlemen, these are seconds of utter urgency. This is Scrambler Circuit Sage, an object now over Canada headed for New York. This photograph was taken 5 minutes ago. Speed, 4,200 miles an hour. Altitude, slightly under 5 miles.
Why, it would burn up.
It hasn't.
Looks like atomic or hydrogen drive.
We believe it to be hydrogen.
That would make a temperature of over 1 million degrees.
That's impossible.
A high automagnetic field can be projected from such a missile without any damage to itself from the heat.
At this moment, groups in every rocket and atomic installation are looking at this picture. Out of this combined knowledge, we recommend to the President our guests.
Our information is that the Soviet designs are highly different.
I've never seen this direction of design before. It's nothing like ours.
Any contradiction?
No.
Mr. President, the Havenbrook staff cannot identify design. You men will be evacuated at once. We cannot afford to lose you. This rocket will pass over New York in 63 minutes, destroying it.
War today means two things: immediate defense, immediate retaliation. A war may last only an hour. In that hour, 30 million people could be killed. SAC, the Strategic Air Command. The world's mightiest aircraft, based in England, Spain, North Africa, Greenland, and the United States. Since the first flash from Conad. After Pearl Harbor, it took us months to get ready for war. Against attack by missiles, we have only minutes. There may be no tomorrow. There may be no this afternoon. 8 minutes now since the first alarm. Hundreds of radar stations around the curve of the Earth are searching for additional flying objects. Contact is being made with all foreign powers to identify the source of the wild missile.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Secretary of State's press conference for today has been canceled. Oh, no questions, please. I'm terribly sorry. Thank you very much for coming, but no questions. John, I said no questions, Young.
In 15 minutes, I go on the network. 30 million people watch me. What do I tell them?
No comment.
I have requested the President to wait 15 minutes until replies from the other nations have been received. Any report on additional missiles?
No, Mr. Secretary.
Any report from CIA on sudden military activity on the part of European or Asian nations?
No, Mr. Secretary.
A missile over Alaska. And I must give the President the recommendation of the State Department on immediate retaliatory action.
What's the danger? What? That's what I want to know.
I said no comment.
I'm going to tell the whole country that 10 million people are going to die.
If you use one word of what you just said, just one word, I can promise you won't stay in Washington.
These are from London and Peiping, sir, received 4 minutes ago. We're still decoding Paris and Tokyo. You should have them in 3 minutes.
Well, the foreign ministries deny any hostile action. All of them disclaim knowledge of the UFO, now over Canada. What about Russia?
Scrambler circuit to the ambassador at Moscow.
Yes?
Yes, Mr. President. It's the President, sir.
Yes, Mr. President. I'm waiting to hear from our ambassador in Moscow, Mr. President. I shall inform our ambassador, Mr. President. The Premier of the Soviet Union has just phoned the President. Origin of the giant missile is unknown.
Sir.
Are you all right?
I was just praying. Praying that these are honest men.
These Canadian jets are moving at 1,200 miles per hour.
Go ahead, what's the wind? This is the leader. Launch proceeding, turning on course to investigate. Over.
Ottawa, capital of Canada. 200,000 people go about their everyday business. Our parliament is in session, her children in school. Ottawa is under a yellow alert. Federal Civil Defense, Washington, D.C. Warning is sent out to Eastern Seaboard Civil Defense agencies. Prepare for total disaster.
Eastern Seaboard is on warning yellow.
New York is notified. Plan A of civil defense set in motion. Air raid wardens are alerted. Traffic goes under control. Hospitals prepare. Evacuation of the city begins.
Joe, what are you doing home?
There isn't much time. Fill the bathtub, the sink, and every pot you've got with water. And if you hear a siren, turn the current to the house off the main switch.
Yeah, Millie. Well, I don't know what it's all about, but maybe we better hurry over to the supermarket.
Goodbye, Millie. And keep off of the phone. No calls, no loading up at the supermarket. Stay in the house and keep the radio going.
Yes, Jimmy. Why'd you have to call me? You know I always sleep late. What? No. Yes.
Yes, dear. Oh, yes, right away. What's going on?
Steve, go get Danny and hurry. What for? Don't ask what for.
Yeah, but...
Don't you but just go.
LaGuardia Airport stops all commercial and private air activity.
LaGuardia Tower to all aircraft. All incoming flights are rerouted to Philadelphia. LaGuardia Tower to all aircraft.
All flights are temporarily canceled. All flights are temporarily canceled.
Civil defense measures take priority all over the city. These men started an ordinary day's work. They are no longer employees of the wrecking company. They are soldiers and officers of civil defense. Theirs is the most important job of any right now. Red Cross blood banks have been notified that areas surrounding New York City will need an estimated 4 million pints of blood.
There's the big bandit. I've never seen anything like it on the scope before.
This is Green Line. A UFO looking like the lost missile has appeared on the radar scope at the station. Canadian jets are within 250 miles of interception.
Don't forget to take these, darling.
Number 3 car is ready, sir. But there's no priority for Miss Wood.
Then there's no priority for me.
Come ahead, Dr. Loy.
I'm staying.
David, even Joe Freed on the day his baby may be born has no choice.
Joe Freed's baby.
Are you...
Then use Jove.
Jove's not ready.
Except for the warhead, Jove is ready.
That would take 10 days. We've got less than enough.
I can put it together in 20 minutes and get to the base in 20 more.
David, get in your car.
Sir, I can use a baby warhead.
A baby warhead?
Use just the trigger atomic fuse. Sir, it's the only missile we've got that can get through that heat fast enough and at least have a chance with an atomic explosion.
David, there is a chance. Take these, I'm staying here. You're right. Jove can search it out with its own guiding device at 5,000 miles an hour.
Canadian jets are 2 minutes from interception. "90 seconds to interception. They are 30 miles apart. Out of the sky. Report negative. Report negative. There's no radar trace of the Canadian jets. Bandit missile continues on previous vector.
What do the computers say?
Predicted course is vector.
Show it on the map, please.
On the map. It has followed its course across northern Canada, past Great Slave Lake, the Coppermine River, along the southern shore of Hudson's Bay. Its course lies directly through Ottawa, the Adirondacks, and into New York City.
All I can give you, David, is command support.
Go, we got a blind. Found this man trying to hide. He belongs in car number 5.
I won't be any good anymore anyway, General. My wife's having a baby today.
All right, guard, pass this man outside. I'll start the countdown and clear you through.
Yes, sir.
Ottawa is on a red alert. You will obey all police and civil defense officers. Take shelter. All persons will proceed to evacuation areas wherever possible. Take shelter. I repeat, take shelter. Obey your civil defense warden. Obey your civil defense warden. Ottawa is on a red alert.
As of now, I'm putting the East Coast on red alert. Issue the orders.
Air Force Command.
As soon as possible, advise.
Red alert. Scramble interceptors for attack on enemy missile. Instruct pilots, stay a minimum of 5 miles distance. Utilize full firepower.
Sage is notified. From here go the orders to the fighter squadrons that will take to the air against the missile from hell.
Give me the intelligence.
This city is in the path of a runaway missile. In 2 minutes, the governor of the state will be on every TV and radio station to declare martial law. You men know what to do in Situation Red. This is Situation Red.
8 million people go underground. New Yorkers have been conditioned by practice alerts. They know what to do.
Turn off your electricity and gas. Fill pots and pans with water. Obey your civil defense wardens. This is Conrad. Stay tuned to this station.
I'm Bill Bradley.
Yes, I know who you are.
Is the report true, Governor?
Yes, the missile will be over Ottawa in 51 minutes. Over New York, 6 minutes later.
Can we intercept it?
2 flights of Canadian rocket fighters have already been burned out of the air. If everything else fails, I don't know.
How can we evacuate 10 million people?
Well, I don't know, but we can at least try to get the children out.
Are you going to declare martial law?
I must, and right now.
That when my cousin says go, 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 she really means no, no.
Excuse me.
I've just been informed that we're about to switch to a special bulletin.
Please, keep this in mind. So long as you have your faith,
You'll be alive and well. So keep your faith. Ladies and gentlemen, the governor of your state.
Please, listen carefully. To ensure your safety, I have declared martial law. Now, there is no war, nor any danger of war. There is, however, some danger from a flying object which may approach New York City. You will obey all police and civil defense orders for your own safety. As an additional precautionary measure, children will be taken from school to protected areas.
I got ordered to get over here as quick as I could.
Irving. I got to be back by 4 to watch TV.
We'll talk about it later.
Gary! Gary!
I won't let them take you away. Now, don't cry, darling. Don't cry. Please let Jerry come with us.
No! No, I'm afraid I'll never see him again.
Please, don't scare the children.
I'll let him come along. This is the ball. We're going out to the country.
Buses like this one are picking up school children all over the city. Each driver prays that someone is doing the same for his children. Save the young.
Walk, do not run to your nearest shelter. Walk, do not run to your nearest shelter.
You will be directed by civil defense wardens. Do not panic. It increases the danger. I repeat, do not panic. No further trains will leave Manhattan. Do not panic. Do not go into the streets. Stay underground. At Havenbrook Laboratory, David Loring is preparing the baby warhead.
These metal fingers reach for the man-made element, plutonium. Its radiation is the deadliest known. This warhead will be equal in destructive power to 100,000 tons of TNT.
Not so fast, Ella. Be careful, darling.
Mrs. Freed, we thought you had gone to the hospital already.
Her husband was supposed to come. What happened with the husband, Mrs. Freed? On such a day, forgive me for saying, but nothing can happen.
What does it matter when he gets here? How do we know we'll be here to greet him?
Harold, you shouldn't be so pessimistic.
Pessimistic? I'm being optimistic. I believe this whole pile of bricks is going to be wiped out. That's the only optimistic thought I've had since I got this job. Did you hear anything new?
The last bulletin only repeated, get off the streets and go to a shelter.
Oh, my radio, I forgot it.
No, we'll be snug as a bug in a rug here.
Why do we have to be snug as a bug here in the basement?
Mama? Mama, the pain.
What's the matter with the lady, Mama?
She's going to have a baby.
You mean here right now?
I think so, darling. You stay here, and I'll go and see if I can help.
Dave? I had to come back. It's all right, sir. Keep going. I'll catch up with you.
It's all right, Joe. The warhead is ready.
You can't use it.
What's the matter?
I know where that thing came from. It's more important than my wife and baby. It's more important than the whole city.
What do you mean you know where it came from?
It's not a missile.
You saw the picture of finned hydrogen-powered intercontinental missile.
Not intercontinental, Dave. Interplanetary.
A lost missile. That's not impossible, Joe, but right now we've got to destroy it before it destroys us.
You can't destroy it. It may have people in it. It's from another planet. We could make contact with them, talk to them. Think how important that would be to science, how important it would be to us.
I know how important it is to us right now.
I've got to stop you, Dave. I've got to...
This is Joe Base. The countdown is 30 minutes to 0. Now.
Quiet. Waiting. Minutes left. Last line of defense. Nike missiles around New York are raised into firing position.
The computer could be wrong about the missile hitting New York.
There's one fact you've got to face. You've got to believe it.
Millions of people, David. I can't. It's too terrible.
The It's hard to know that maybe you're going to die within the hour. Hard to understand. It's got to be faced without panic, possibly with some hope.
It would have been better not to tell them. Much, much kinder. Let them go on just enjoying a beautiful morning in New York, and at least they'd never know what hit them. Could Joe be right? A lost spaceship?
Certainly not impossible. No nation on Earth would fire such a missile. It would have to be a nation of homicidal maniacs.
We built Jove with a hydrogen warhead that can rip 500 square miles out of the Earth.
The job Jove was built to do, it will do today.
Our wedding day.
Jove will reach maximum velocity 1 minute after firing, and the shell will begin to burn.
Contact with the lost missile somewhere over Lake Champlain.
I hope.
This is Jove Base. Countdown is 25 minutes to 0. Now.
Phase 1, negative. Phase 2. The missile continues on its way to Ottawa. Counterattack by Hunter-type missile.
2, 1, 0.
Phase 2, negative. Course and speed unchanged.
Boy, was this sudden. Just when the wolf was gonna eat up Little Red Riding Hood.
I'm getting 30 children to safety, and I don't even know what's happening to my own.
Sydney, leave Sandra alone.
Miss Kelso, I'm holding up my hand.
When you think it's safe to stop.
Safe? Who knows where it's safe? I don't even know what's going on, except New York is headed.
Must be at least 2 million children in New York. I wonder how many will get out alive.
Well, everything we've passed has been loaded with children.
It's martial law. No cars leaving Manhattan unless it's carrying children. Must have planned it that way.
Oh, please let Joe do its job.
Wow, look at the Jeep go. Wow, hot rod Jeep. That one had a big box in it. Probably treasure. Wow, look at that sports car go.
Maniac.
There are no children in that car. I thought only cars with children.
That's why he's burning up the road. Selfish, crazy coward. Look at him go.
Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
And now we'll give him a face. Un œil, 2 yeux, whoop, un nez, puis une bouche. And now he can smoke.
My man can smoke.
Oh, yes, he can. Look.
Look, Papa, look.
Schlock, what is it?
I don't know.
Carol, come here.
Into the cabin. Quick, quick, into the cabin. Quick.
It's a very strong boy.
When will I be able to play with him, Mama?
Soon, my darling. Very soon.
Joe will be so proud. He always wanted a boy. Mother, how does my bed jacket look?
Oh, it looks fine, Ella. Just fine.
How is she?
She's all right, Joe.
A boy, Joe. Our little boy.
To give a child minutes of life.
Mr. Freed, do you know?
A spaceship. A lost spaceship.
Can we stop it?
Can you stop the heat from the sun? Can you stop the tide? Or life?
The monster will not fall. It will go on and on until the entire planet of Earth is burned off like an apple being peeled. It will be over Great Britain on its 14th revolution. That means in 3 days, London will be in ashes. Stockholm 1 day. Paris 1 day. Rome 2 days. Moscow 4 days. The wild missile is now 400 miles from Ottawa.
Give me Conan.
Sir, that was Ottawa. In 7 minutes, El Paso with the city. New York City 7 minutes later.
People have been sent to shelters. Many find their shelter in God.
This junk is through.
Yeah, well, I ain't about to try Walksville.
We take whatever comes along.
David, be careful.
to go as fast as I can.
That thing and back.
It's built to take shock.
Enough plutonium to blow up all of New York.
We're about 4 miles from the missile base.
A Jeep, no less. Come on. Hey, get that car out of the way!
Stand back or I'll cover.
Stop! There's a bomb in that case! Yeah.
That an intercepting missile carrying an atomic warhead and capable of approaching the lost missile will shortly be launched. Stay tuned to this station. Deadly radiation. The lead shield of the box has been opened.
Stop! Stop! Please, stop!
Please give us a lift. It's urgent. I'm from Havenbrook Atomic Research. Our car was stolen.
Always room for a couple of more.
Thank you very much.
This is Joe Face. The countdown is 8 minutes to 0.
There's the Jeep. Stop the car. They've opened the box.
David!
Don't go near there. There's radioactive material.
David, what are you
What's
doing?
the idea?
David!
Loring protects his eyes, but he has condemned himself to death.
Stay away! Get back!
David! David, please! David! Please! David! David, please! Oh, David!
Stay back!
David, please! I love you!
Joan Wood knows what plutonium radiation means. David Loring will die in minutes. Ottawa waits. A city ready to die. Nothing more can be done. Some may live only to remember for the rest of their lives the most horrible moments of destruction man has ever known. Ottawa is gone. Boiling cauldrons of steam, molten lava, twisted girders, desolation. New York has 5 minutes.
Hello, hero.
I figured you'd stay. Gotta keep the juice going, huh, Max?
Most of the guys are staying for the finish.
This is Joe Base. The countdown is 4 minutes to 0. Now.
Dr. Loring is through the gate.
This is Joe Base. The countdown is 3 minutes to 0. Now. Countdown is 2 minutes to 0. Now.
You'll never make it in time.
That much radiation, you may not even live to try.
Countdown is 30 seconds to 0. Now. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.